this MAC address over here. So basically, this is the MAC address of my machine, and this is the IP basics, and this is the IPv4 what we have over here. So, and the interface through which we are connected to internet is ETH0. So this is one of the basic commands what we are going to see, and today we'll learn about the basics of networking. So what are the basics of networking and what all we are going to learn today? So what we are going to do is, let me just check out if I have, let me just check out if at all I have any documentation that is available for I mean, I'm just checking for documentation. So
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
If you don't mind, can you explain? If you can explain the yesterday evening, if you say that command promotes, if you don't, కమాండ్ ప్రొమోట్స్ నుంచి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే కొంచెం బాగుంటుంది సార్. ఎందుకంటే కొంతమందికి ఐడెంటిటీ రావట్లేదు. ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ కమాండ్ ప్రొమోట్స్ నుంచి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే వీఆర్ హ్యాపీ సార్.
There is nothing to explain in command prompt actually. I mean, it's not about explanation, it's about practice. You people need to practice this. So that's the reason I've gave you the cheat sheet over here. Okay, wait.
Not at all, sir. Actually, ఏంటంటే
voice cut.
మీరు చెప్పారు కదా కార్యాలయం.
Hello, your voice is cutting up. Hello.
Kali Linux గురించి ఇన్స్టలేషన్ చెప్పారు కదా.
Yes.
It's clear, sir.
Hello, my voice కొంచెం clarity.
Hello. Actually, నిన్న మీరు Kali
చెప్పండి, Kali Linux. Hello.
It's clear. Kali Linux ఇన్స్టలేషన్ చెప్పారు కదా.
అవును.
మనకి విజువల్ బాక్స్ లోని Kali Linux ఇన్స్టలేషన్ చెప్పారు కదా సార్. ఆ ఇన్స్టలేషన్ తర్వాత మనకి కమాండ్స్ లో చెప్పారు చూసారా మీరు, మన కమాండ్ ప్రమోట్ కమాండ్స్ చేశారు. ఒక్కసారి అది ఒక్కసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు అనుకో సార్, అక్కడి నుంచి వీఆర్ హ్యాపీ.
మీ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది మధ్యలో, నాకేం అర్థం కాలేదు. Kali Linux.
సో ఇట్స్ క్లియర్ సార్ నౌ.
అరే ఒకసారి చాట్ లో టైప్ చేయండి. Tell me in the chat. I'm unable to understand that.
Okay sir.
Hello, I've told you about installation of Kali Linux and okay, I need to tell the commands. Okay, wait, I'll just share the commands over here. I think I have the notepad ready. Just a minute, right? So these are the basic list of commands over here. So right, what you people can do is that simply take a screenshot over here, or this is just okay, there's nothing much in this. Whatever I explain over here, the thing is you people can't understand what I'm explaining over here until unless you practice these commands. So me telling the commands is very simple. So I'll just I can just tell you ls So which will actually give you, I mean, if I type ls, it will give you a list of directories. I can tell you like this, but the thing is, you actually need to understand, I mean, you actually need to understand how exactly this works. So, I mean, how exactly this works in the sense, you need to practice it here. Okay, I'll just tell you a few commands over here, or better, I'll share the screen. You note down the commands first. So you better note these commands down over here. First, note the commands along with the description, and after that, I'll show you the commands again once more. So the thing is, I can actually tell you the commands any number of times, but you won't remember them until unless you practice, until unless you get hands-on experience. You will not be able to, and you'll not be able to understand what's happening. So first, note down these commands, and after that, I'll show them on my terminal how to use the commands. Then there is a possibility you may understand a little. So if at all you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot, or if you want to write it down, you can write it down. Anything is fine. If at all you are using laptop, you can take a screenshot, or if at all you are using a mobile, you can take a screenshot, or anything. I mean, you can just do anything, but yeah, you just need to make a note of them. So you just take at 2 to 3 minutes, you can just check these commands out, just read them, and I'll share it to you. All right. So you can just, I hope you people have note these things down. So let me just go with the basic commands over here. So PWD will give me the present working directory, in which directory I'm actually working in. And once I go with PWD, I need to understand what other directories are there. So I'll simply go with ls. So ls will give me list of directories, list of files that are there in this particular location. In home, Kali, whatever the list of directories are there that are shown over here. And once you get the list of directories, you can navigate into any of the directories by simply going with the command cd and desktop. So basically there is something called desktop over here. I just want to navigate into desktop. So navigation is actually done by the command cd. So the cd over here is, this, what do you say, change directory. Cd stands for change directory, and you're going to give the desktop over here and press enter. Now you are able to see home, Kali, and desktop are shown before the hash, which means that you are in the desktop right now. So what you can do is that simply type ls, and you are able to see the list of commands, I mean, the list of files, and the list of directories that are there in this particular desktop directory. Now, what I can do is that I want to remove the Avengers. So what I can do is that rm space hyphen rf and Avengers. I'm going to give the Avengers over here. So I'm not typing the whole Avengers over here. So what I'll do is that simply go with capital AVE and press tab, the first three letters, and simply press the tab on my keyboard. So the tab key on my keyboard will autofill this particular file name, and I can press enter over here. Now I've removed Avengers. So let's go with ls, and you're able to see Avengers is gone. So now I want to remove the new file. So I can give rm new file. So you are able to see new file is gone, but I didn't give any -rf over here. I've simply gave rm. Why is that? Because only these directories will need -rf command, and yeah, only the directories will need the -rf command. But if at all it is a file, you don't need to give -rf, because you are directly removing the file. -rf stands for remove file. So here you can simply give rm over here, and you can simply give the file name, which is new file over here, and it removed the file. And you are able to see whenever I go with ls, there are only two things: pass.txt and user.txt. So this is about listing out all the directories and removing the directories and navigation. Now what I want to do is that I need to create a directory. So to create a directory, I'll go with mkdir space test. So I'm going to create a directory called test. So I'll just check it out again, ls. And here I'm able to see test over here. So this is a directory what I have created. Now I need to navigate into test, cd test. So I have navigated into test. Now I want to create a text file over here with the content. This is Kali Linux basics or something. So I mean, I just want to create a particular text file over here. So what I can do is I can use the command prompt over here to create text file, or I can also use graphical user interface to create a text file. So in order to go with the command line, what we need to do is that echo, and I'm going to give something like this is a test document. This is the text I want in this particular file. Now, where this particular file should be stored, where this information should be stored, it should be stored in /home Kali desktop and test, and let's say testdoc.txt. So basically what I have done is that I'm echoing this particular, this is a test document text. So this is a plain text. This can be a program or anything, but this is a plain text over here, which I'm actually echoing into. So this is the direction operator in which direction this should be sent to. Now, if it is showing it should be sent to this particular location. So what is this location? So this location is home, Kali, desktop, test, and testdoc.txt. So basically till here, it is the directory. And after that, whatever I have given, this is the file name where I want to store this particular text. So this is the test document.txt, whatever file name I have given over here, it will be stored. So let me go with ls. Now you are able to see when I went with ls, you are able to see this testdoc.txt is actually stored here. How it is stored is by simply echoing this particular thing. Now I have echoed. Now I have actually tried to echo this is a text document into this particular file location. Now let me just check this out over here. So let me just check it out what exactly is happening. So cat space testdoc.txt. Now we are able to see whatever I have tried to echo into this particular location is actually saved as a text file in this particular location. So I'm in home Kali desktop test. So the location I have given home Kali desktop test, and the file name is given as testdoc.txt. So basically this is how we are going to echo something. Now if I want to go one step backward, so what I'll do is that cd space dot dot, I'm going one step backward, and cd space dot dot, I'm going one step backward again. I'll go with ls. I'm able to see desktop. I'll navigate into desktop by giving cd desktop, and I have test here. So I'll cd into test and check out that there is this test.txt. So what I can do is that I can simply go with rm space testdoc.txt. So now that I have removed the file over here, I can navigate back to, wait, no space I have given. Okay, I'm giving a space. Now here on the desktop, I'm going with desktop again, and I'm going to see this over here. Test is there. I want to remove this rm space -rf, and I'm going to give the command over here. So this is how it actually works. So this is how we are going to create. This is how we are going to create a particular directory, create a particular text file, and this is how we are going to what do I say, create a particular directory, create a particular file, or have to echo something into a particular file, have to navigate out of the directory, have to navigate into the directory. So these are the things that you are going to, these are the things that I have shown yesterday. And along with that, what did I show? Okay, just let me check it out. I'm just checking out any other Linux commands I have actually forgot. No. Yeah. So basically, these are the things. Yeah, this is it. So basically, these are the things which you need to learn. But the thing is, these are the maximum things what I can show actually. So going into the classes, we can actually understand. Going into the classes, you can actually understand. There are many more commands, but right now these are the basic commands. Have to navigate into a particular directory, get out of a particular directory, and have to and have to remove a directory or add a directory. All these things you just need to learn from over here. So okay, this is how this actually works, and along with that, okay, right now, yeah, now, okay, command line. Okay, did you understand this command line? I mean, is it okay? Hello, I've just remembered. I've just revised all the command line commands. So, is it okay, or should I repeat it once more?
Once more. So one more. So can you explain me that program?
This is not a program, yeah. This is just the commands. How many
Yeah,
times
okay.
should I say what you need to do is that okay? I'll just show this one more time. I have actually shown you yesterday already, but I'll just show this one more time. So what you need to do is that go with okay. What you need to do is go with Linux containers over here and go with this particular linuxcontainers.org. So the website called linuxcontainers.org. linuxcontainers.org, and if you click on linuxcontainers.org, you will be able to see LXD over here. So this LXD over here, so basically this LXD over here will get you the option called try it. So what you're going to do is click on try it. So this particular LXD will give you access to a terminal. So click on I accept terms and conditions, and this will start a container over here. So here you'll be able to get the command prompt. You can actually try all the commands that I have shown here, or whatever the commands that you have in GitHub cheat sheet. So I'll just show it to you how you can get cheat sheet. You can simply type CLI cheat sheet. You can simply type CLI cheat sheet and you'll be able to see gittower.com and where I also have included it in the chart. So I have sent you the link in the chart actually. So this GitHub, I have sent you this GitHub link, and along with that, I'll also send you Linux containers one. So I'll just copy the link over here and paste it over the chart. So what you need to do is that copy and paste both the links in your browser, and you will be able to see this one. I mean, this test. This is just a test console over here. You can do whatever you want on this particular console. You can make a directory. So if you give ls, you are not able to see anything because there is nothing over here because there are no directories or no files here. So what you can do is that simply go with pwd. So present working directory is a root here. So what you are going to do is you're going to go with mkdir and my files. So basically you are creating another, you are creating another directory over here. So you can go with ls. So you are seeing my files. So you can go with cd, my files, just a minute, small m, cd, my files. And you can go with echo. This is a test, and you can go with something like slash root slash my files slash info.txt. So give ls and you have info.txt over here. So let's check it out. Cat space info.txt. This is a test. So whatever commands I'm using on my machine, whatever commands I'm going to use on my Kali Linux machine, these are the very same commands I'm actually using over the Linux container, what I'm showing to you over here. That's the very same command what I'm showing it to you over here. So what you need to do is that simply open up the command cheat sheet, this gittower.com one, and you'll find all the commands. So you're able to see all the commands over here. Try all the commands in this particular container. Whatever command you have, you just try the command in this particular container. So so you'll be able to understand what each and every command means. So without you practicing and me telling you how many times or how many times you actually want to go with this particular chapter, it will just keep on going and going. That's the reason I've told you to practice the commands. So once you practice the commands, you'll be familiar with them. So yeah, that is what I'm trying to tell you. You need to understand the commands. I've gave you the list of commands link over here. So simply open up the link and check out each and every command. So most probably all the commands what I have told in the class are actually included in this particular GitHub. So check all the commands, and once you check the commands, you just try them over Linux containers, and yeah, you'll be actually familiar with Linux commands. So you should learn how to work with Linux in order to learn this particular course. So these are the basic commands what I have told, and yeah, so you need to try these commands actually. Try these commands and let me know if at all you have any doubts. So I can actually help you with, I can actually help you with understanding all these commands if at all, if at all you are facing any trouble. So, okay, any doubts here? Hello, any doubts? What should I explain? Which one should I explain? Okay, what in Linux commands I should explain? but this is something which you need to read. I can't explain. So I've been explaining from yesterday, and I'm not able to understand what else should I actually explain. Uh, okay, have to explain. I'm thinking have to explain. The thing is, there is nothing much I could explain over here actually. So okay, you just unmute your mic and let me know what exactly I should explain over here. I mean, what exactly are you unable to understand? There's nothing here which you cannot understand. Everything is just on the screen. So you just unmute your mic and let me know what you are unable to understand so that I can repeat that. Hello. Hey guys, I just unmute your mic and let me know what exactly you are unable to understand. I mean, I should change the way of teaching or you should change the way of understanding. Something or the other should happen here. So you just unmute your mic and let me know what exactly I should do. So you should be able to tell me where you are actually facing the problem so that I can change the way of teaching, or either you should understand, I mean, you should change the way you're going to listen to this topic.
సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ ఓకే. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మన లినక్స్ కమెంట్స్ గురించి చెప్పారు కదా, అక్కడి నుంచి ఒకసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి సార్.
అరే ఇప్పుడు చెప్పింది కూడా లీనక్స్ కమాండ్స్. నేను లీనక్స్ కమాండ్స్ గురించే చెప్తున్నాను. అంటే ఇంకేం చెప్పాలి చెప్పండి. లీనక్స్ కమాండ్స్
అంతా ఓకే. క్లాస్ అయితే లినక్స్ గురించి ఒకసారి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తే ఓన్లీ ఒకసారి.
ఇదేది
అంటే ఇప్పుడు చెప్పారు స్టార్టింగ్ లో మీకు ఇందులో లినక్స్ లోని ట్రై చేయడానికి ఇది లినక్స్ చెప్పారు కదా.
ఓకే, ఈ లీనక్స్ కంటైనర్ లో మీరు ఒకసారి ట్రై చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. అంటే ఈ లీనక్స్ చీట్ షీట్ ఇచ్చా కదా ఇక్కడ, యూ హ్యావ్ దిస్ చీట్ షీట్ ఓవర్ హియర్. ఆ లింక్ వచ్చేసి నేను చాట్ లో పెట్టాను. దీన్ని గిట్ అవర్ అని చెప్పి చాట్ లో ఒక లింక్ పెట్టాను. ఇది ఓపెన్ చేస్తే మీకు లీనక్స్ కమాండ్స్ అన్ని వరుసగా ఉన్నాయి. అంటే ఒక ఏమంటాం, ఒక చీట్ షీట్ ఇచ్చాడు అనమాట వీడు. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, పీడబ్ల్యూడి అంటే డిస్ప్లే పాత్ ఆఫ్ ప్రెసెంట్ వర్కింగ్ డైరెక్టరీ ఆర్ కరెంట్ వర్కింగ్ డైరెక్టరీ. సో ఇట్లా కమాండ్ తో పాటు ఆడేమో ఇక్కడ ఇది కూడా ఇచ్చాడు అనమాట, అంటే డిస్క్రిప్షన్ ఇచ్చాడు. మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే ఇది ఒకసారి చూసి, ఇక్కడ లీనక్స్ కంటైనర్స్ వెబ్సైట్ కూడా మీకు చాట్ లో ప్రొవైడ్ చేశాను నేను, లీనక్స్ కంటైనర్స్ .org అని చెప్పి. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఓపెన్ చేస్తే మీకు ఇట్లా ఒక ఇది వస్తుంది అనమాట. దీన్ని ఏమంటాం, ఒక టెర్మినల్ వస్తుంది. సో ఈ టెర్మినల్ లో మీరు ఈ కమాండ్స్ ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో, ఇక్కడ ఏ కమాండ్స్ అయితే కనిపిస్తున్నాయో ఆ టెర్మినల్స్, ఆ కమాండ్స్ ఒకసారి ఇక్కడ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫస్ట్ పీడబ్ల్యూడి అని ఉంది. లీనక్స్ కంటైనర్ ఓపెన్ చేసి పీడబ్ల్యూడి అని కొట్టండి. మీరు అసలు ఏ డైరెక్టరీలో ఉన్నారు, అసలు ఏం చేస్తుంది కమాండ్, మీరు ఒకసారి కొట్టి మీ అంతటి మీరు తెలుసుకుంటే, ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్తున్నా అంటే ఇందాకటి నుండి నేను పీడబ్ల్యూడి విల్ గివ్ యూ ద కరెంట్ వర్కింగ్ డైరెక్టరీ, అంటే మీరు ఎందులో ఉన్నారో అది చూపిస్తుంది, అదే ఏ డైరెక్టరీలో ఉన్నారో చూపిస్తుంది అని చెప్తున్నా. సో ఇది ఏంటంటే మీరు ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది అనమాట. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, హలో,
మీరు చెప్పిన లైనక్స్ గురించి లైనక్స్ గురించి చెప్పారు కదా సార్, అది నేను ట్రై చేసేస్తాను ఇంటి దగ్గర సిస్టంలో. అంటే మనం మీరు చెప్తుంటేనే నేను ట్రై చేస్తాను అనమాట. అప్పటికి ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయడం అని చేస్తాను సార్.
ఓకే
సార్ నాకు ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే కమాండ్స్ నుంచి కొంచెం డౌట్ అర్థం కాలేదు, అందుకే అడిగా ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ కమాండ్స్ గురించి చెప్పండి సార్. కమాండ్స్ నుంచి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్
అదే కమాండ్స్ గురించి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడానికి ఏం లేదు, అంటే అది జస్ట్ ప్రాక్టీస్ తో వస్తుంది అంతే. ఇక్కడ చూడండి, అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఓ పని చేయండి. ఇవాళ మీ దగ్గర ఆల్రెడీ లీనక్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఈ పీడబ్ల్యూడి అని చెప్పి మీరు టెర్మినల్ ఓపెన్ చేయగానే ఈ పీడబ్ల్యూడి అని చెప్పి ఒకసారి కొట్టండి. మీకు పీడబ్ల్యూడి అని కొడితే మీకు రిజల్ట్ వస్తుంది. లేదు అనుకుంటే ఎర్రర్ చూపిస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఎర్రర్ ఏమైనా వస్తే మళ్ళీ నన్ను సరే ఇట్లా ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది, ఇది ఎర్రర్ అని చెప్పి నన్ను అడిగితే నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయగలను. ఇప్పుడు పీడబ్ల్యూడి గురించి నేను 3 సార్లు చెప్పినా 4 సార్లు చెప్పినా అదే కదా. అంటే సో ఇప్పుడు నేను ఓకే కమాండ్స్ గురించి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడం అంటే ఇందులో 1-2 కమాండ్స్ కాదు, మీకు కొన్ని హండ్రెడ్స్ ఆఫ్ కమాండ్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో ఇప్పుడు ఓకే, ఇక్కడ నేను కమాండ్స్ ఒకసారి చెప్తాను చూడండి. పీడబ్ల్యూడి అని ఉంది. సో బేసిక్లీ దిస్ పీడబ్ల్యూడి ఓవర్ హియర్ విల్ గివ్ యూ the it will display path of current working directory. So it will show you where you are actually working. So if at all you are working on desktop, or if at all you are working in documents or downloads, in which directory you are actually in, it will show you the path of that particular directory. And if at all you want to navigate into some other directory, you need to give the command cd. You need to give the command cd space. You need to give the name of directory here. If you give the name of directory, you will jump from one directory to other directory. And if you want to go back, what you need to do is go with cd dot dot. Cd space dot dot will take you back to the directory. So that's what I'm telling over here. So let's just go back and right, pwd, present working directory, and you are able to see I'm in root over here. So now that I know I'm working on root, I want to change my directory. So in order to change the directory, what I need to do is that I need to know what other directories are there. So I'll go with ls, list of directories. So I have only one directory again, my files. So there is one more directory called my files. I need to navigate from root to my files. So what I'll do is that I'll simply give cd my files. So when I am trying to go with my files, what I'm trying to do is that I'm just jumping from root to my files. Now again, you can check pwd. So now you are able to see in root, you have my files. So you are actually working in this particular path. Root lo my files lo మీరు ఇప్పుడు వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారు అన్నమాట. So basically, how you are going to learn these Linux commands is not by combining them. So ఈ order లో మనం commands ఏవి వాడము. So this is not the order in which we are going to use the commands. What we are going to do is we are just going to learn the commands individually. Okay, e command ఇది చేస్తుంది. So this command will do this command will do this. So you need to understand which command will do what, and after that what you need to do is you need to use commands wherever necessary. ఎక్కడ అవసరం అయితే అక్కడ కమాండ్స్ వాడుకోవాలి. సో అట్లా ఇది అట్లా ఆడుకోవాలన్నమాట. అంటే సో బేసిక్లీ దట్ ఈస్ హౌ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ what all these commands will do. So what you are going to do is practice the commands today. So whoever have Linux on their machine, you can practice all these commands. Whoever don't have Linux on their machine, you should open up the Linux containers and you should practice all the commands on this particular, on this particular screen. And you need to ask me the doubts, whatever you have tomorrow. So you just practice all the commands which are shown. I mean, not all the commands, at least most of the commands. You just try to check out and you just let me know if at all you are facing any trouble tomorrow, so that I can actually tell you how to use that command. So basically the thing is, okay, there is this command called pwd. I don't know how to use the command pwd. So I'll just show it to you over here. Now on my Linux, I'll show it to you. So I have a command called, just a minute. Okay. I have a command called pwd. I don't know how to use pwd. So when I don't know how to use pwd, this particular Kali Linux will help me. So how it will help me? It will give me a manual page. So how to trigger the manual page? I'll give the command man space pwd. So what happened is that when I'm going with man space pwd, it will open the manual page of pwd. If at all you are buying a new mobile, if at all you are buying a new laptop, it will give you user manual. So the user manual will be in this particular page, man space pwd, and press enter. When you give man space pwd, you are able to understand what is this pwd. Print name of current or working directory and have to use it. pwd and option, and what is the description. Print the full file name of current working directory, logical, physical. So all these things you'll be seeing. I mean all these options you'll be seeing over here. So this is how you're going to take the help of Kali Linux. And there is another command called ifconfig. So I have told you ifconfig will give me my IP address. Now what I need to do is that I don't know how to use ifconfig. I know that there is a command called ifconfig. So to understand about that particular command, what I need to do is that man space ifconfig. So when I go with man space ifconfig, you are able to see have to use this ifconfig. So ifconfig is for configuration of a network interface, and this is how we are going to use. So this is the syntax of ifconfig. So what happens is that whenever you go with manual pages, it will show you the description of each and every tool or each and every command that you are going to use on Kali Linux. Take the help of manual pages or take the help of help. So what is meant by help? So let's go with ifconfig itself. So I don't know how to use ifconfig. Either I can go with man page or I can use hyphen help. So what I have done, check it out. So I don't know how to use this ifconfig over here. So what I'm doing is that simply go with ifconfig space hyphen help. So when I go with hyphen help, it is actually showing me the usage. Have to use this particular ifconfig. So this is how you are going to learn the commands in this particular Linux. So yeah, this is how you're going to take the help of manual pages, and this is how you're going to understand how to go with hyphen help and manual pages. So by going on with these particular commands, you'll be able to understand what each and every command will do, or if at all it is any tool that you're going to use from command prompt, you can go with manual. You can use manual space, I mean man space, that particular tool name over here. So simply, however you have given here, man space, that particular tool name, you can give it here, manual space tool name or manual space command name. It will give you the manual page for all these commands over here. So this is how you're going to take the help of Kali Linux to understand about the commands, whatever you have on Kali Linux. So, right, is it a little bit better? You people are able to understand, I mean, you people understood how to use the command line of Kali Linux. Hello, is it okay? Yes. So, right. So just try all the commands. So basically the thing is, I can actually tell you how many times you want, but first of all, you need to practice it. So if you practice, you will be able to understand what's there in this particular command line. If you understand what is there, then you will be able to ask me doubts. So yeah, this would be a little bit better, right? And what we are discussing today is, okay, I'll just share you the screen here. Right. As we are, I mean, as we are running out of time, I'll just tell you all the basics. I mean, I'll tell you which are which will be completed in short time. So the first one over here we are going to discuss about is routers. So basically all these things, TCP, UDP, IP address, subnet mask, MAC address, ARP, DNS, DHCP. All these things will take a lot of time. So we'll discuss for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, how many days we want. We can discuss about all these things. So for today, let's discuss about the small things over here. So what is router? What is switch? What is hub? So before getting into routers, switches, hubs, you need to understand about network interface card. So what is this network interface card? So this network interface card is the one which is there on your machine. So basically that is a hardware part. Network interface card is a hardware chip on your machine. So I'll just show it to you where it is available. Right, a nice picture. Okay, this is looking good actually. Okay, this is also blur. Just a minute. I'm looking for some good picture here. This one should be a little bit understandable. Okay. So just check it out over here. So what's happening is you have this particular port. So that port, so this port is your LAN port. So whenever, Yeah, whenever you get an so the telephone cable, whatever you have, so that is RJ45 pin. So that RJ45 pin will be used to connect to this particular LAN port. So whenever you get something from ISP, Internet Service Provider, so Internet Service Provider is nothing but let's say Act Broadband or Airtel Broadband. So whatever it may be, the cable that is connected to your router, so that your router will be giving out all these. The router will be giving out all these Wi-Fi signals and everything using that particular cable will be connected over to this particular LAN port. And if at all this particular chip is present on the router, what happens is that it will have a wireless transmitter. So your router will be able to transmit the wireless signals. So whatever signals that are coming through this particular port into this network interface card, the router will be able to transmit it using wireless. And your machine, so your laptop, whatever you have, on that there will be another network interface card. So this particular network interface card on your machine is capable of transmitting and receiving the data using wireless interfaces. So this is the use of network interface card. So simply to connect to internet using wire or wireless. So in olden days, you used to have CPUs. In CPU, you will have this network interface card. So there in that particular CPU, you won't have network interface cards with Wi-Fi or any wireless transmission or reception devices. So that's the reason in CPUs, you are not able to use Wi-Fi. But in laptops, you are able to use Wi-Fi. How? Because how it is possible? Because you will be having a network interface card which will be able to transmit wireless network, wireless traffic, and you'll be able to receive wireless traffic. So just because of the network interface card model, you are able to transmit wireless interface and receive, transmit wireless network and receive wireless network properly. And at the same time, your router will also have the wireless transmitter and the wireless receptor. So that's the reason it is also being able to transmit wireless data. Now, how it is possible using wireless? So basically, what they'll be using is they'll be using radio frequencies over here. So the radio frequencies or RF communication will be happening between your machine, between your network interface card and the router's network interface card. So this is about network interface card. So this network interface card have something written on this particular network interface card. So what is that? That is called MAC address. So here on this particular network interface card, what happens is there will be a MAC address. So what is this MAC address? You all people have this particular, you people have Aadhaar card. So can you change your name on Aadhaar card? Not the spelling mistake or something. So for example, your name is something like Shiva. If you can actually make changes like something like SIVA to SHIVA, or you can make some changes like in spellings. But if at all your name is Shiva and suddenly you want to change it to Hrithik Roshan, is it possible? It is not possible because it is your Aadhaar card. You need to submit proof or something like that. So it is not possible to change your name from XYZ to ABC just like that. So that's the very same thing happens over here. This MAC address is a permanent address. You can't change the MAC address. So your MAC address is designated by this. Your network interface will be designated by this particular MAC address, and you're not going to change the MAC address, and you can't change the MAC address over here. So yeah, this is about MAC address over here. And MAC address is something you can call a permanent address or a built-in address which you cannot change. So that is about MAC address. And after MAC address, you have a router. So what is a switch? What is a hub? What is a router? So here you have the hub, not this one. Okay, so basically this is similar one. So basically this is a hub over here. Okay, this is not a hub actually. So okay, this would be better. So here you have a hub. This is a switch. This is a router. Now, what happens over here is that in hub, what is the difference between hub, router, and switch? So all these router, hub, and switch are networking devices. So what is this networking device? So let me show it to you over here. Okay, I'll just show it to you on Paint or any of these things here. Okay, I'll go to whiteboard. So what I'm going to do is, all right, it's working. Now what I'm going to show is, you see this here. So basically you have a hub, let's say. So a hub is something which will divide the internet. Now what happens is that here you have a mobile phone. So this is a mobile phone and you have a laptop here. I'm drawing it with hand. So yeah, this is a laptop and you have a computer with the CPU and you have a smart TV. So now there are 4 different devices over here. So this is your home and you have 4 different devices. Now what happens is that if you want to use internet, if you want to use internet over all these things, so if you want to use internet over all these things, what you need to do is that you need to so basically the thing is, if at all you want to use internet over all these things, you need to have an internet connection. Now the thing is, in olden days, when hub, switch or router is not there, what happened is that they happen to take individual internet connections. Mobile phone, one internet connection. I mean, mobile phones and laptops are not there, but whatever computers are there, what happens is that they need to take individual internet connections. So one internet connection will cost you a lot of money. So what you need to do is that you need to find a solution so that one internet connection can give internet to all the devices that you have at home. So that solution is this hub. So the initial stages, people have found the hub as a solution. So what happens is that each one will be connected to each port. So all these ports over here will be connected to each device. So whenever each device is connected to each port, what happened is that this particular port over here is connected to the ISP. So this is the ISP what you have here. So what is this ISP? The Internet Service Provider. So what this internet service provider is. So this is something like from where you'll be getting your internet. So where you'll be getting your internet is something like, you know, BSNL broadband, Airtel broadband, Geo FiberNet broadband, or Act FiberNet, whatever it is, that is called the ISP. So what happens is that from this ISP, you'll be getting a particular cable to this particular WAN port. So whenever you get cable to this particular WAN port, what happens is that right, whenever you have some WAN port over here, just a minute, you have network issue with your laptop. Okay, that's fine, no issues. Right, and okay, so what you are going to do is we are going to use this particular ISP to connect to one networking device over here. That networking device is this one. the router is the networking device. I mean, the hub is the networking device in olden days. So what they used to do is connect the cable from ISP to this particular hub over here, and connect the remaining devices to the remaining ports on this particular hub. Now, what happened is that so what happens over here is that now what happens is this particular mobile, whenever it is requesting for something like facebook.com, let's say mobile is requesting for Facebook, and laptop is requesting for Instagram, and PC is requesting for YouTube, and this particular TV is requesting for Amazon Prime. So what happens is that whenever each and every device is requesting for different websites, so what happens is this particular what happens is that each and everything over here is asking for different websites. So what happens is that this hub will forward all the data to the internet through this particular WAN port. So basically the port which this ISP wire is connected is called WAN port. So this is called WAN port. So this particular WAN port over here will be sending out data to the internet service provider, and the internet service provider will be giving back the response. So you are asking for Facebook, come on, take facebook.com response. And you are asking for Instagram, you take Instagram response. You are asking for YouTube, take youtube.com response. You are asking for Amazon Prime, take Amazon Prime response. So this internet service provider will give all the data back to this particular hub, but hub don't know how to distribute the data. So what hub will do is that forward all the data to all the computers or all the devices that are actually connected. So mobile phone is connected to the hub. So this mobile phone is requesting for Facebook only, but this mobile phone will also get the responses from Instagram, YouTube, and Amazon Prime. So what happens is that the network traffic will be increased. So this particular laptop is only asking for Instagram, but what happens is that it will get the responses from Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Prime. So the laptop must understand, okay, I asked for Instagram, so I'll only take Instagram. I don't need Facebook, and I don't need YouTube, or I don't need Amazon Prime. So the laptop itself should decide what it wants, and I mean, the laptop itself should decide what it wants, and after that, it should actually take the data and it should process the data. So what happens is that whenever it is getting all the other three, and whenever you are requesting for one and you are getting four answers, you will be confused. So that's the reason hub is a flop. I mean, in olden days, they used to use hub, but it is a flop model. So what they used to do over here is they have introduced something called switch. So what is this particular switch, and what difference does the switch make? So what happened is, in this particular switch, you are going to have a WAN port. So you are going to have a WAN port in the switch, which is connected to the ISP. So you are going to connect it to the ISP over here. So once you connect it to the ISP, what exactly happens here is this particular switch will collect the data of all the devices that you have at home. So if at all you are using this, just a minute. If at all you are using this at home, this particular switch will be collecting the data. So this is a mobile, this is another laptop, and this is a computer, and you have another TV or something. So any digital device you have, all the details of these things, like it will collect the IP addresses of these things, and it will store in this particular IP addresses, and MAC addresses will be stored in this particular switch. So what happens is that this switch will actually have all the MAC addresses and IP addresses of these devices. How the switch is going to collect all the IP address and MAC address, we'll be checking out tomorrow. So how they are going to collect is the topic of DNS, is the concept of ARP and DHCP. So what we are going to check out tomorrow is DNS and DHCP. So, right, this is what we are going to do over here. And we'll go with whiteboard again. All right, so DHCP and ARP are actually responsible for collecting all the IP addresses and MAC addresses. Let's learn about IP addresses, and after that, learn about what is DHCP, what is ARP, what is DNS, and everything. So, yeah, this is about switch. And once we are done with switch, what happens is you finally are left with router. So what is this router? So basically you have a router in your home. So what exactly happens with this router? Let's just check it out. You have a device over here. So mobile, laptop, computer, TV, whatever it may be. So you have a computer, you have a TV, smart TV, whatever it is. So what happens with this router? Router is intelligent device than the switch. So what this will do is, so what this particular a router will do is it will collect all the details about your mobile phone, laptop, TV, and computer, and it will verify the details before it is going to send back the details to them. So you are asking for facebook.com. So basically you are using a mobile and you are asking for facebook.com over here. You are asking for fb.com. Now what happens is that the router will verify, okay, is this mobile asking facebook.com? I only need to send facebook.com here. I'm not going to send any other data. So the router will actually understand. Router will have a WAN port which is connected to ISP. So router will ask the ISP about facebook.com, and router will give the facebook.com result only to this particular mobile phone because it is asking for facebook.com. If at all this is asking for YouTube, this will ask the ISP for YouTube, and it will give the laptop the YouTube IP address, and it will open up YouTube on this particular laptop, and nothing else will be given to this particular laptop. That is about a router. So router is going to give whatever is necessary, and this is just sending all the data to all the machines. So this particular hub is going to send all the data to all the machines over here. So that is about hub, and this is about router, and switch is an intermediate device. It will also send only it will also send only the data that is needed by each and every machine, but it's a little bit different process. So yeah, this is about yeah, so basically this is all about routers, switches, and hubs, and MAC address network interface card. So we'll discuss the remaining networking topics in tomorrow's class, right? So okay, for now, I'm concluding the session. Everyone, please do practice all the commands. And if at all you have any doubts, note them down and let me know in tomorrow's class so that I can actually solve you the problems. So if at all you people are actually having trouble installing that, you can actually find tomorrow. I'll be hosting this particular class from 7:15. So what you can do is that you can actually join by 7:15, and I'll take remote access of your computer, and I'll be solving the problem if at all you are having any trouble installing, or if at all you are having any trouble understanding a particular concept. I can actually take remote control and let you know what exactly is the problem there, right? So that's it. We're done with the class today, and we'll check out other topics tomorrow, right? Thank you, everyone. And I'm going to end the meeting today. Good night. And we'll meet back here tomorrow. Thank you.